Hello and welcome, my lovely Aquarius. This is your energy and intuitive card reading for the week of the time period, I should say, February 3rd through 16th, 2020. Remember, time is merely a pretense. This could be past, present, or future energies, but this is a focus on that full moon in Leo, the energies leading up to that full moon, and then the kind of downward flow of that full moon as the energies wane out into a new moon, and into Mercury retrograde pre-retrograde shadow. All right, so let's see. So what do we have? We have that Jupiter in Capricorn, and that's going to be with us through that December 2020. It's kind of like living with a strict parent or coach. Remember, Jupiter is that big daddy papa energy, that nymph chaser Zeus kind of energy. Think Fyodor Karamazov in the novel The Brothers Karamazov. A father of ill repute, shall we say. And then we have Capricorn energy mixed in with that. So that is that masculine CEO, boss kind of energy. But remember that you can choose to be the boss. It's your roles and goals kind of energy. Your pentacled life is on focus right now. And then on the 3rd of February, we had that Mercury move into Pisces. Mercury is the planet of communication. Pisces is one of the most compassionate signs, very imaginative, playful. What am I thinking of? Surreal, magical. Can get a little lost in fantasy, but so expect a little less precise communication, imagination, intuition, and creativity. The metaphysical will be focused on. And expect deep heart-to-heart conversations, less textbook connections and conversations. And that's going to lead into what will be my next reading, which will be Mercury in retrograde beginning on February 17th. And during that time, you can expect brain fog, mistakes, misunderstandings, maybe getting a little stuck in fantasies, a little too much like a Pisces. And then we have the February 7th, we have Venus moving to Aries. Finally, fire in the sky. Venus is the planet of love, sex, and power, while Aries, that fast and furious sign, the thrill of the chase, impatience, love of the chase. Did I say that? It's a good time to show off, which means it's actually a great time to show off, because on the night of the 8th and the morning of the 9th, we have that full moon in Leo, that snow moon. It's kind of that energy of a sunny day in the middle of winter. And in Leo, remember, it's represented by the sun, sunflowers. This full moon's even on a Sunday. It's very bright, and it'll shed light on everything. It's represented by the 7 of Wands. Think rivalry, valor, faith and experience. Lioness, protecting her cubs kind of energy. It's going to shed light on a lot of fine details and on what should be removed and what should be kept. I think it's going to be intense, this full moon. One of the reasons why I've been a little off. Being an empath, as I said, can be very difficult when you have a major worldwide death that affects everybody on the planet, like Kobe Bryant's death has. And I didn't expect it to hit me that hard, but it has. It's hard feeling everybody's energy. So what does this all mean? We have fire, we have water, we have earth, we have everything going on. And air, because we are in Aquarius season. Remember, I love Cosmo said Capricorn season was a shit show, yes, January was a shit show. And then we come down into Aquarius as a breath of fresh air, light. On February 1st in Southern California, we had an 85-degree day. I actually got, you can't really see my tan lines, but I actually did get a little heat stroke. I actually got heat sick from being out in the sun without a hat or sunscreen, and I did go in the pool. Heated pool, by the way. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It reminds me of that song, Creedence Clearwater Revival. From Creedence Clearwater Revival, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Yes, that's exactly what this is. There will be light, there will be spotlights, but there's that Aquarius energy of everyone together as well. So Aquarius, one more card, please, Spirit. What do we have for you? Let's get to this reading. All right. Whew. my pen there. All right, me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. This is my charismatic gift I share with you, my lovely Aquarius. So I thank you now with love and gratitude, unconditional love and gratitude for all your likes, your subscribes, your views alone do help the channel. The channel supports itself. Do subscribe and continue to view. Try and view the whole reading if possible to get the most out of it. And let's get to it, my lovely Aquarius. What do we have? The energy you're coming into this time with is the King of Wands in reverse, the Six of Swords upright, and the Three of Swords in reverse. This King of Wands, or this energy, this King of Wands in reverse, could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your energy with the Six of Swords in this. It's that moving on energy. It is the energy. A Six of Swords is kind of escape with help. If this is a King of Wands in your energy and not you embodying this King of Wands in reverse, either you're getting help or you're helping somebody kind of get out of something, kind of move on. And it does kind of feel like the King of Wands might be moving on from you. And there's something about it where you kind of stop it. Because this is about moving on, getting with help, kind of getting on the road kind of thing. But this is also the King of Wands is kind of a traveler, but this is a mover, a shaker, an adventurer, but this is in reverse. There's a bit of a staying power to this, like a holding pattern. And so it's kind of like the King of Wands it has a bit of staying and going energy with it. But whatever it is, it's going to take you out of heartbreak. And there are some things that you're going to stay in and some things that you're going to want to take off in, or you're going to help somebody take off in, or you're going to get help from somebody taking off in. There's something about it, about not giving everything up, that is going to take you out of this painful thing. This is pain from words. And a lot of times this feels like in reverse too, right? This one feels like they're words that weren't even said that you're assuming exist. But what you're going to find is when you hit it with the Six of Swords, this energy that's hitting you right now, you're beginning to realize that those words weren't even said and they were kind of like assumed. And one thing about when you have the swords is they're man-made, and it's kind of like you're gonna stay and you're gonna be a gentleman about it with this King of Wands in reverse, as opposed to being big dick energy. You're going to realize that, yeah, there's like a staying and leaving, and at the same time, or a moving yet staying. There's some kind of like staying. It's like, it's kind of hard to explain because it's like a double action. It's kind of like, I'm going to stay here, but this part of my life, I can move on. Or I'm going to help this person get away and go with them, but I'm going to hold to this energy. It has something like that. It's kind of, but whatever it is, it's going to lift the pain from your heart. You're going to realize the words that hurt your heart don't exist, kind of thing, because you're kind of making that decision to stay and not be a big dick, and that decision to help somebody move on or do some moving on of your own, getting over something. It's just getting over a broken heart. And it could also be that this King of Wands here is kind of like, in reverse, is a big dick, is a big asshole, and you know, you're just getting over it, and you're not going to have a broken heart over this. A lot of nines here. And the energy that's going to hit you during this time, during this couple weeks, I do have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is this is a solo card. It's being able to take care of yourself. And I'm really not comfortable with what I put out for that first line, the energy you're coming into the reading with the King of Wands. It just feels like whatever decisions you're making to stay or go, it's going to take you out of heartbreak. You're going to realize that the heartbreak isn't real. It's almost like somebody who put you down even, that you realize that it's not what you thought it was. It's why this King of Wands kind of feels very flippy to me. That's the most important thing from that. And so you're going to be able to take care of yourself. You're going to be able to walk out on your own. It feels like if you were being held down by anybody or anything, or you felt an obligation, anything or anything, it's over. It's done. And to boot, 10 of Swords. The worst is over. Yeah, you may have 10 swords in your back and you've been left for dead, but look at the sun is coming up. This is in the upright. You're not doing any self-torture. This is handled. Consider it handled. And I do have the 9 of Wands here. Now that you've been through the 10 of Swords, there's a final piece of action that needs to be taken, and you're ready for it. You're like, bring it on. It's almost like you've made the decisions to separate and get out of this broken heart. And you realize these pains and they are false. They're really false. That's why it's so easy to go through this 10 of Swords. It's so easy for you to go through this 10 of Swords at the center of your reading because it's not real. You realize that it's almost like lies. It's almost like, it's almost like the kid who's been told he's been bad at math his whole life, takes like a calculus class in college and realizes he's a genius. It's that energy that you realize they were lies. It's not true. And so you just move on and you're able to take on the fight. The next fight. And that next fight is going to be, there's an Emperor in reverse. In your energies, probably an Aries. In your energies that has made a decision to not move forward in love. And that's the fight you're taking on. Is this, I've made a choice. 7 of Cups to Knight of Cups in reverse. You may not be able to approach this Emperor because this is a very grumpy Emperor. They've made a decision to not move forward in love, and you're going to try and change that with this 9 of Wands. That's your last bit of business to tick off. And I do think it has to do with this this King of Wands in reverse. There's something about this that is like double meaning. It's like you're able to take care of yourself, so now you're going to try and take care of this Emperor. And it's going to be that last bit of business you want to take on. That last, after you get out of this, once you can take care of yourself and you get out of this pain, you're closing off that cycle, you can start focusing on this. Man, a lot of us have not been focusing on love, on choosing. You're not gonna, I'm not really sure why this Knight of Cups is in reverse, because you're going to approach, you know what? I know why this Knight of Cups is in reverse, because you're approaching the Emperor with this 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior. I don't know. It's weird. I'm going to get advice from Spirit because it's already 13 minutes in, but there's something about once you come out of this mess, there's a very big falseness to this mess. Like you've been lied to, like, it's like finding out you're not the bastard son and you should have been respected your whole life kind of thing. And so you just walk away from it. It's like literally like, really? And so you walk. 8 of Swords and 3 of Cups. 8 of Swords, this is that you think you're caught in something. You think you're in pain of some kind. But like I said, the 8 of Swords is not real. You're blindfolded. You can walk away at any given time. You're never in any real danger, but it is breaking your heart. There's something false here. You're about to find it out. Spirit is saying, get ready, because this is 8 of Swords in reverse. It's like you're in the middle of your season. Happy birthday, Aquas, by the way. You're in the middle of your swordsy season, and you can't, the truth cannot be avoided. Yeah. This is where your heart's going to balance. Your heart is going to balance to the point where you're like, when you realize that this was all lies, it was all a sham, it wasn't real, all the suffering you were going through was pretty much fabricated by somebody to hold you down in some way. Once you come to that information that it wasn't real, that, oof, yeah, you're not even going to fight it. You're seriously just going to bye. Peace out. And you're going to balance your emotions so much by removing this energy, by just officializing ending this, just because, what the fuck, it's not real. Once you do that, you're going to balance your energy, your emotions so fast with this Eight of Cups. You're going to walk away from what no longer serves you. And you're going to be a little bored. You're going to be literally bored. And you're going to be able to open up your heart and rest in love. Your heart's going to take a moment where you're going to be like, there's no drama. There's no swords. There's no Three of Swords. There's no heartbreak. It wasn't real. Yeah. And that's when you're going to move forward in love. And you do have, you're just going to move forward in love to somewhere else. Eight of Cups is moving forward in love. It's balancing your emotions, but it is walking away. Even though these cups are full and may look juicy and wonderful, it ain't what you want. So you're just going to walk away. You're just going to walk away from the lies. Eights is balancing energy. You have two eights here. You have two eights here and you have two nines in the tarot spread. In other words, you're coming into completions and your cycles are moving forward. It's probably why it's so confusing, is because there's sudden endings. There's with the swords. There's going to be that sudden ending. It's at the center of the tarot spread, meaning that it's over. The bullshit is over. The pain, the most painful part is over. The last card has been drawn on this cycle and you're moving on. Other things. Because it sucked. So why stay there? All right, Aquarius. Whew. That was a tough reading, but you're always all over the place. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. Everything is in the box below. Have a great week. 2 weeks. My lovely Aquas.